Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to class 10 students. We will be learning an interesting lesson in English. So it's a part of an epic. So you all know the famous epics, great epics. Which are the two great epics? One is Ramayana and the other one is Mahabharata. So we will be learning about a character of Mahabharata and the lesson's name is Karna. So before we learn what is given in the lesson, we will learn we'll go through the introduction of the family and we'll get to know how this lesson is related. So there was a place called Hastinapur. So that place was ruled by a dynasty called Kuru dynasty. So the king of Hastinapur was Pandu, and Pandu had an elder brother called as Dhritarashtra. So these are two brothers, and sons of Dhritarashtra are called as Kauravas, and the sons of Pandu are called as Pandavas. Understood? So Pandu had 5 sons. Among the 5 sons, it was his third son, Arjuna, who became mightier, who had all the skills of practicing arms and how to fight in the fields. So this was how Arjuna was skilled. And when it came to Kauravas, it was Duryodhana who was very skilled in using arms. And Pandu had 2 wives. That is, as I told, Kunti and Madri will be 2 wives for the king Pandu. So now, Kunti's very first son is Karna. So this lesson is on the son of Kunti. But this son was a boon to Kunti. So when Kunti was unmarried, she was blessed with Karna. So with the fear of being unmarried, what she does is, she will leave Karna in the Ganga river, and Karna will be looked after by the chariot movers. So he will be brought up by those people. So let's see how they will finally meet each other. And we'll see how Karna joins Kauravas and how the talk goes on between Pandavas and Kauravas. So here, the Pandavas and the Kauravas learned the practice of arms first from Kripacharya and later from Drona. So the arms meaning is weapons, how to use the weapons. So both the family brothers, Pandavas and Kauravas, of arms here is weapons. So both Kauravas and the Pandavas learned how to use the arms from 2 teachers called as Kripacharya and Drona. The first teacher was Kripacharya, and then later on they were trained by Drona. A day was fixed for a test and exhibition of their proficiency in the use of arms in the presence of the royal family, and as the public had also been invited to witness the performance of their beloved princess, there was a large and enthusiastic crowd. Arjuna displayed superhuman skill with his weapons, and the vast assemblage was lost in wonder and admiration. Duryodhana's brow was dark with envy and hate. So here in this paragraph, we learn that brothers from same family, that is Arjuna from Pandavas and Duryodhana from Kauravas. What they did, they both came to the field because an exhibition was arranged, and for that exhibition people were also called and people from royal family were as the guest. So what happened when they started showing their skills and talents using the weapons, the sword fighting, everything was going on. Arjuna was very skilled in that. So everybody were happy and they were very much shocked to see Arjuna's super talent. So with this, when everybody started praising and applauding at Arjuna, Duryodhana was filled with hate. He got angry because his opponent brother Arjuna was being praised by all. At the close of the day, there came suddenly from the entrance of the arena a sound, loud and compelling like thunder, the sound made by the slapping of mighty arms in challenge. So here, now as the exhibition is coming to an end, what happened? There was a sound from the crowd, and that sound was like thunder. It sounded like it's thundering. All eyes turned in that direction. When everybody heard that voice, everybody turned towards that person. They saw enter through the crowd, which made gave way in awed silence. A godlike youth from whom light and power seemed to emanate. So how was the appearance? It was like a godlike youth, a young man, and he was a young man who had, the moment everybody looked at him, it was like somebody from God, sent by God to them. He looked proudly round him, cast a negligent salute to Drona and Kripa, and strode up to Arjuna. So what Karna did? It was Karna who entered. What he did, the moment he entered, he just gave a salute to both the teachers, that is Drona and Kripacharya. And what he did, he strode up to Arjuna. He looked up at Arjuna. The brothers, all unaware by the bitter irony of fate of their common blood, faced one another, for it was Karna. These brothers don't know that Karna is also their brother. What happened? They started looking at each other because all of a sudden there was a mighty power who has come down. Karna addressed Arjuna in a voice deep as rumbling thunder. Arjuna, I shall show greater skill than you have displayed. So Karna, with a very brave voice, is telling, I will show more better skills than what you've shown to people. With Drona's leave, Karna, the lover of battle, what happened now? Drona will leave. And Karna is also called as lover of battle. Then and there duplicated all Arjuna's feats with careless ease. Great was Duryodhana's exultation. He threw his arms round Karna. So what happened? Finally Arjuna and Karna are on the field. Karna started displaying his talent by using the arms so quickly that it was looking like he didn't put more efforts to show that. It was with such an ease that he duplicated all Arjuna's talent. That was like Arjuna just did duplicate. The original talent was found in Karna. Understood? Yes. Welcome, O thou with mighty arms, whom good fortune has sent to us. I and this kingdom of Kurus are at your command. So now Duryodhana was very happy to see Karna enter the field. So Duryodhana will tell Karna, you're welcome to this kingdom. And it is our good fortune, it is our luck that we are blessed with a person like you. We also know that Duryodhana is from Kauravas and Arjuna belongs to Pandavas. So when Karna showed his talent with the opponent brother Arjuna, it is on behalf of Kauravas only. So what Duryodhana says is, we are at your command, our kingdom is at your command. He is so happy that he came and he displayed his talent on behalf of Kauravas. Hence Duryodhana is telling that our kingdom is going to listen to every command of yours, Karna. So what Karna says for this, let's read. Said Karna, I, Karna, am grateful, O king. Only two things I see, your love and single combat with Partha. So he's telling that I am Karna and I just want two things from you. That is, I want your love, and second one is single combat. Single combat means a fight between two people only. There shouldn't be a group and you will not be a group. It should be only you and I. There are only two terms from my side. Duryodhana clasped Karna again to his bosom. My prosperity is all thine to enjoy. As love flooded Duryodhana's heart, even so did pleasing wrath fill Arjuna, who felt affronted. So what happens now is, when Karna says I have two terms, Duryodhana will call him and hug him. That is embrace Karna. And now what happens? My prosperity is all thine to enjoy. So he's telling, my prosperity is all about enjoying. And later on, now Duryodhana's heart is also filled with so much love because Karna has gone on behalf of Kauravas. But Arjuna's heart is filled with full of hatred. And glaring fiercely at Karna, who stood stately as a mountain peak. So what Arjuna did? He started staring with anger at Karna, who was standing like a mountain peak. They are comparing Karna to a mountain peak. Receiving the greetings of the Kaurava brothers, he said, O Karna, now, when Karna was receiving greetings from all Kaurava brothers, when Duryodhana told you, welcome to my kingdom, Arjuna felt jealous. So see what Arjuna is telling now. O Karna, slain by me, thou means you shall presently go to hell appointed for those who intrude uninvited and prayed unbidden. So now Arjuna is jealous. So what he's telling? When you were not appointed here and you have interfered in between two persons, you will be going to hell. So see how he's telling that you'll go to hell. See what Karna does. Karna laughed in scorn. He started laughing loudly. This arena is open to all. He's telling it's open to all. Oh Arjuna, and not to you alone. He's telling Arjuna, this is not only for you, it is for everybody. Might is the sanction of sovereignty, and the law is based on it. But what is the use of mere talk, which is the weapon of the weak? Shoot arrows instead of words. See what he's telling? Might is the sovereignty. He's telling you need to be mightier to be the sovereign. And moreover, what is the use if you just keep talking? If you want to really come and confront me, start shooting the arrows instead of shooting the words. Thus challenged, Arjuna, with Drona's permission, hastily embraced his brothers and stood ready for combat. So now what happened? Both of them accepted the challenge, and now with the Drona's permission, with his teacher's permission, he will go and embrace his brothers, and he's ready for the fight, combat. While Karna, taking leave of the Kuru brothers, confronted him, weapon in hand. So now Karna confronted Arjuna with holding a weapon in his hand. And as though the divine parents of the heroes sought to encourage their offspring and witness this fateful battle, Indra, the lord of the thunder clouds, and Bhaskara of the infinite rays simultaneously appeared in the heavens. So now both the strong brothers from Pandavas and Kauravas have come to the field. It was like their parents have also come to cheer them. And moreover, the two lords. Which are the two lords? It is Lord of thunderclouds called as Indira and Lord of the infinite rays, Bhaskara, have also appeared in the heavens. When she saw Karna, Kunti knew him as her firstborn and fainted away. So I already mentioned in the beginning that Karna is the son of Kunti. He is a boon son of Kunti. So the moment Kunti comes and sees Karna, she gets to know, oh, he's my son Karna, and she faints. Vidura instructed the maid servant to attend upon her, and she revived. So Vidura is the minister of the Kuru dynasty. So what happens? He tells the maid to go and look after Kunti. So when the minister will tell to look after Kunti, everything will be given and Kunti will be normal. She stood stupefied with anguish, not knowing what to do. Now she's in stress, with the distress, she stood up and she is confused about what she has to do. Understood?